My name is Evan Heath, and this is the Exposing Truth channel. Here in the Exposing Truth channel, we will prepare you and expose the truth so you can join the fight against the effort that is trying to destroy the truth and is trying to destroy the freedoms and liberties that, as liberty-loving Americans, we hold on to so dear. We'll also expose the fight for truth in Congress, in court, and even in our classroom. So please make sure to check us out on Facebook and Rumble, and also please just make sure to subscribe and like so you can join the fight for truth. So what do I mean by the battle for truth? Let me ask you a question. If someone were to come up to you and ask you if you were proud to be an American, what would you say? There was a poll taken recently, just in the past year, among young adults, among ages 18 to 24 years of age, and only 36% said they were even proud to be an American. On the Issues and Insights Technometrica Institute of Policy and Politics, it said that the overall percentage of pride among young adults is at an all-time low, less than 50%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is tragic. I believe there is a movement engulfing our society that is clouding the truth and is not only destroying the Judeo-Christian morals and values that truly make our nation great, but it is destroying the pride in America, and it is hurting our homes and devastating our communities. And I believe that as liberty-loving Americans, if we forsake the truth, if we forget the truth, if we forget those Judeo-Christian truths and core values that make our nation different from the rest of the world, that make our nation great, that as a nation we have fought for and taught to generations after generations, America will fall. French writer Alexis de Tocqueville, after visiting America in 1831, said, "I sought for the greatness of the United States, in her commodious harbors, her ample rivers, her fertile fields, and boundless forests, and it was not there. I sought for in her rich mines, her vast world of commerce, her public school system, and in her institutions of higher learning, and it was not there. I looked for in her democratic Congress, and her matchless Constitution, and it was not there. Not until I went into the churches of America and heard her pulpits flame with righteousness did I understand the secret of her genius and her power. America is great because America is good. And if America ever ceases to be good, America will cease to be great." Ladies and gentlemen, America's greatest threat, I believe, is not outside, but it's within. America's greatness and its prosperity, it doesn't come from the government, it doesn't come from the White House, but it's found in the goodness of the people and in the Judeo-Christian truths and morals that make us that light on a hill, shining in this world. If we have allowed an anti-American socialist, and I dare even say a communist ideology, to engulf our homes and our schools, and even our churches. Karl Marx, the founder of communism, once said, "Keep people from their history, and they are easily controlled." And that's exactly what's happening in our day right now. And if we have put our trust rather in the truth and in the morals and godly principles we have believed in for centuries, but we have left it to the government or society to decide what truth is, and even when they're challenged with the truth, they just reject it. This is a very tragic example that just happened a few months ago in our own United States Congress, when the truth was exposed to a Senate Democrat in the United States Senate.
It's not clothing or personal style that offends God, but rather the use of one's appearance to act out or take on a sexual identity different from the one biologically assigned by God at birth. In His wisdom, God intentionally made each individual uniquely either male or female. When men or women claim to be able to choose their own sexual identity, they are making a statement that God did not know what He was doing when He created them. I'm going to quote directly from Dr. Tony Evans' commentary Bible on this passage of Scripture. Men and women equally share in bearing the image of God, but He has designed them to be distinct from and complementary toward one another. The gender confusion that exists in our culture today is a clear rejection of God's good design. Whenever a nation's laws no longer reflect the standards of God, that nation is in rebellion against Him and will inevitably bear the consequences.
Gentlemen will suspend. The House will be in order. Gentlemen may continue.
I'm going to read that line again. Whenever a nation's laws no longer reflect the standards of God, that nation is in rebellion against Him and will inevitably bear the consequences. And I think we are seeing the consequences of rejecting God here in our country today. And this bill speaks directly against what is laid out in Scripture. Our government, through this bill, is going to redefine what a woman is and what a man is. It can be anyone who identifies in that gender.
Mr. Stubbe, what any religious tradition ascribes as God's will is no concern of this Congress.
Is this what America has come to? We're in our own Congress, the same room where the words "in God we trust" are displayed. We still reject the truth? The very reason why this nation was founded was to proclaim the truth. So what do? How can we fight back against this agenda, this philosophy from destroying America? Well, in 2 Chronicles 7:14 it says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land." Ladies and gentlemen, we have forsaken the truth. We talk about the truth all the time. You hear it on the news. But we're not turning to the person of truth. And we're forsaking the Judaic-Christian morals and values that make our nation great. Will America turn back to God? Will America be that nation on a hill that it once was? Or will America fall into darkness? Someone once said that if America falls, the whole world will fall into anarchy. So as liberty-loving Americans, will we stand for truth, or will we fall for corruption? Please make sure to share this video with your friends and leave a like and make sure to subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.